And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. One of my favorite games is Project Elite, the real-time game in which you have tons of aliens pouring in and you are sitting there with your Marines just rat-a-tat-a-tatting at them with your guns trying to stop them. Well, today I'm looking at a little expansion for this called Project Elite Rook Team. This is an expansion that gives you these huge battle suits. They come in, you now have built-in guns, and you're going to take them out. That sounds too good to be true. Oh yeah, let's make the game harder. So this is a pretty simple expansion to throw in. You have these Rook teams. These guys are super powerful battle suit people, and they come with a whole board, and you'll notice there's no room for weapons because they can't take the weapons, they can't take items, they can't find equipment, they can't pick up alien stuff. But what they have is they have an amazing weapon. So for example, this person has two katanas, double katanas, which apparently act as a gun. So if they roll a gun, they get to roll 2 dice, 4 or higher, 1 range. And if you roll a gun and a movement, you get 2 dice, 4 or higher, and you can move 2 spaces before and after using this weapon. So you move 2, blow them up, move back. So that seems pretty awesome. And even more awesome, the special ability here, spend a movement to move 2 spaces. This person is the fastest character in the game. So they have these extra dice here. So there's a Rook die, and you just replace one of your normal dice with this one. When you roll this symbol, this is on one of the sides of the die, you can activate their special ability. Roll 2 dice, 4 or higher, unlimited range, ignores line of sight. What? This is unbelievable. There's got to be something negative. Yeah, there is. Because there's also a side in here, malfunction. When you roll a malfunction, you put it here, and something bad happens. For this character, they cannot move. Now you have to spend two of the gray ones to unlock this die to get it off of there. That's not it. For each Rook character that you use, you will add an extra alien spawn card per turn. So if you're playing with 4 Rook characters in a 4-player game, you're drawing 8 cards in an easy game. There's also, you put in some more spawn cards. You put 2 of these enraged ones in a deck for each one, and these will let you pick 2 different spawns that will come out when these are drawn. So they have the malfunction, more spawning, and special spawn cards are the negatives. And also they can't pick up weapons. I don't know that that's a negative though, because their weapons are pretty good. This person here, when you roll action dice, they can ignore one of the alien movement, and they just have a pretty decent gun here. Although the alien movements will move 3 if you roll the malfunction. This person has a proton gun, but they can heal 2 damage. Really awesome. Tank here, during the alien movement step, aliens that start their movement adjacent to you move 1 space less, and you can push them with your gauntlets around the board. Technician here, start around with an ability token, discard it to ignore and re-roll one of your malfunctions, which is good. And just some really nice guns here. Only 1 damage each, but this is -1 health up to 3 different targets. Really powerful gun. And then heavy armor. This is the best guns. This is a negative ability. It costs you 2 to move 1 space, but you roll 2 dice, 5 or higher, 4 dice, 4 or higher, with a 4 range. And then the special ability, 2 dice, 4 plus, range unlimited, each hit 3 health. Of course, your malfunction is your weapon is down to a range of 1. And of course, you have this negative ability. But that's what's in this set. The miniatures are, you know, they're not as big as you might think. The battle suits are like actual human-sized battle suits. They're not mechs and everything, but they look pretty good. I think I might have a hard time differentiating between each of them. Maybe you should paint them to look like the way they are, I suppose. But the dice are really good quality. I really like these dice. I like the miniatures. It's fine. I mean, it's really easy to fit in the base game. This is everything. It's really simple. I really like this expansion a lot. Now, I will say, I think this expansion works best with 1 or 2 of these thrown in. You put all 4 in, and that's cool, right? But you better be ready, because If you all roll malfunction dice at the same time, you're drawing 8 cards. There's just going to be enemies all over the board. That might be too many enemies at that point. So having 1 or 2. Now, of course, if you 1 or 2, you might say, well, that's not fair to the people who don't have them, but not necessarily, because that person can run out there like a tank while the other people can run around and find kinds of cool weapons and stuff. And also, they don't have the malfunction to deal with. So I think it's just a neat thing. It's basically 6 more characters for the game. They're just awesome characters, but then the game functions and makes it somewhat equivalent. They're just fun to use. Again, what I like about Project Elite has always been the ability that, yes, the aliens are bad, but I'm better than they are. There's just a million of them. Well, here I'm even better. There's just more than a million this time. And that's a cool thing. This is one I will play with a lot. I mean, it will just be there. People picking characters for the game, I'm like, oh, you want to pick one of these? Go ahead. And if no one else wants to pick one, maybe I'll take one. It's a nice addition, easy to insert and play with. If you like Project Elite like I do, this is a great expansion for it. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent.